Hello everyone, welcome to CATIA tutorial. I am V. Rakesh, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, KIDS W. In today's video lecture, I am going to deliver one topic on working with constraints on sketches. Already know how to open CATIA software. Just you can double click on desktop icon. It displays the CATIA V5 GUI. In this CATIA V5 display, you can open new file, that is Control plus N, or you can choose in standard toolbar new file. It displays a list of types. In this you can choose part type. Just you can click OK button. This is the part drawing window. In this you can choose sketcher workbench. By using sketch tool you can after choosing the sketch tool you can also choose one of these three planes. I'm choosing XY plane. I want to draw the one circle. Okay, you can see here uh, in this circle you can increase or decrease the radius by dragging the mouse button. So now I'm I'm going to explain working with constraints on these sketches. The constraints are applied to the sketches for limiting the properties and orientation of the sketches. They can be applied to modify the shape, size, and position of the sketch in the sketcher workbench. In comparison to the editing modification, the constraints can also be added on the sketches. The primary difference is that after imposing the constraint, the sketches cannot be further modified or edited. Before before applying constraints, uh, you can increase or decrease the diameter of the circle. uh, in CATIA V5 having five important constraints. One is applying applying a dimensional constraint. Second one, applying a contact constraint. Third one is applying a fixed together constraint. Fourth one is applying the auto constraint. Last one is applying and removing multiple constraints. Now now I am going to explain applying a dimensional constraint. A dimensional constraint affects the position and dimension of a sketch in the sketcher workbench. In other words, the dimensional constraints that are applied to geometric shapes limit the orientation of these geometric shapes. For example, geometrical constraints are applied to a circle to fix its radius and center. After application on the circle, its radius and center cannot be modified in the sketcher workbench. Now, uh, now later discussing about later discussing the steps for applying a geometrical constraint to a sketch. Uh, Select the sketch to which you want to apply the dimensional constraint. In our case, we select a circle. In our case, we select a circle. Already know how to draw a circle in the CATIA V5. In our case, we select a circle. Next, select insert button. Insert option in menu bar. In this, you can choose constraint. Constraint creation. In this, you can choose constraint. You can see here the workbench with dimensional constraints appear along with a constraint applied on the diameter by default. You can see here. Uh, you can click the mouse pointer on the sketch where you want to apply the constraint. The geometric or dimensional constraint is applied to a circle at a D point. you can see here d means diameter of the circle is fixed, that is it shows 111.806 803 mm. Now if you drag the circle, okay, after applying this constraint, now you observe that you are unable to change the dimension of the circle. In previous you can increase or decrease the diameter of the circle. Now you observe that you are unable to change the dimension of the circle, but only the position of the circle may change. You can move from one place to another place by using panning option. This is the procedure for applying a geometrical constraint to a sketch. Now later discussing about applying a contact constraint. The contact constraint is applied to modify the existing sketches in such a manner that they exhibit certain properties such as tangency, concentricity, and coincidence. For example, the contact constraint can be applied on two or more sketches to make them coincident, concentric, or tangent to each other. Now, uh, let's discussing steps to apply a contact constraint to a circle to make it concentric to an ellipse. So, for this example, uh, I'm I'm now I'm drawing a circle. Another one is ellipse. First point, second point, and minor axis. Select the circle to which you want to apply the contact constraint. Select insert option. In this you can choose constraint creation. In this you can choose contact constraint. Now after clicking on the circle, both sketches, that means circle and ellipse, these both sketches are concentric to each other. The ellipse and circle are made concentric, that is having the same center. You can observe here the circle center point and ellipse center point both are coincident. Similarly, you can also create coincidence and tangency in the sketches. After learning to apply the contract constraint to sketches. Now let us discussing about applying a fixed together constraint. Uh, for the for this fixed together constraint, I want to draw two circles. This is one circle, another one is uh, second circle. The fixed together constraint attaches one sketch with another. The two sketches are fixed to each other such that they move together to any area in the sketcher workbench. Now let us see the steps to apply the fixed together constraint to a sketch. Uh, Select two circles to which you want to apply the fixed together constraint. Now I have drawn already two circles. For applying fixed together constraint to a sketch, go to the insert menu. In this you can choose constraint creation. In this you can choose fixed together. Just you just you can see here the fixed together definition dialog box opens. It's showing the points and circle. You can see here this highlighted point and circle is shown in the fixed together definition. You can also choose second circle. It displays like circle 2 and point 2. Just you can click OK button in the click the OK button in the fixed together definition dialog box. Uh, the two circles are now fixed to each other. The fixed together constraint that is applied to these two circles. Now if you drag anywhere, now if you drag any one of the circle, both circles will move together. The two circles on which the fixed together constraint is applied move together from the original position. Just you can move from one place to another place by choosing any one of the circle. This implies that the circles are not attached visibly but by behavior. This is the procedure to apply the fixed together constraint to a sketch. Now let us discussing about applying the auto constraint. uh, Applying the auto constraint means all the possible constraints applicable on a particular sketch are applied after invoking the auto constraint. This is different from the rest of the constraint like uh, contact constraint, fixed together constraint, where we need to apply each constraint individually, such as radius, length, and dimension. In the Sketcher workbench, auto constraint is the option that, when applied to any object, will set all the possible constraint according to that object instead of applying each constraint separately. You can apply the all constraint in the same time. Now let us see the steps to apply an auto constraint to a sketch. Okay, select the sketch to which you want to apply the auto constraint. In our case, we have selected a line. Now I want to draw one line. In our case, we have selected a line on which we need to apply auto constraint. For applying on auto constraint, you can click Insert menu, constraint creation, and choose auto constraint. The auto constraint dialog box opens. Select the sketch is selected, which the auto constraint will be added. You can see here elements to be constraint, that is one line already added in the auto constraint dialog box. In our case, we have selected the element to be constraint line is one line appears in the dialog box. Now click the OK button in the auto constraint dialog box. Uh, Now you can see here, now the constraint for the line are applied, that is the line length is 125 mm. The constraint added on the line is displayed after applying the auto constraint of the length to it. Now this line cannot be further modified. Just you can move from one place to another place, but the dimension is not changed. Last one is applying and removing multiple constraints. In previous lecture, in previous constraint, we have learned to apply individual constraint to the sketches in the Sketcher workbench. Apart from applying individual constraint, you can also apply and remove multiple constraint. In other words, you can either apply or remove constraint to a particular sketch from the Sketcher workbench. Now let us see the steps to apply multiple constraint to a sketch. Uh, Already I have drawn one line. Select the line to which you want to apply multiple constraint. Just you can go to the insert menu, constraint, and choose constraint. The constraint definition dialog box opens. The dialog box consists of a list of geometrical and dimensional constraints like distance, length, angle, radius or diameter, semi-major axis, semi-minor axis, symmetry, midpoint, equidistant point, fix, coincidence, concentricity, tangency, parallelism, perpendicular, horizontal, vertical. Here length means for line, three options are highlighted, that length, fix, horizontal. Length means apply the length constraints for selected sketches. Fix means fix the location of the constraint, such as fix the position of a line. Horizontal means fix the horizontal constraint on the sketch. Uh, Now I am choosing length and horizontal. Just you can see here, length and horizontal chosen check boxes to apply the length and horizontal constraint respectively. Now click OK button. Just you can see here, this multiple constraints applied, that is length and horizontal. Okay, apart from applying constraint, you can also remove a constraint using the constraint definition dialog box. This can be done by clearing the checkbox associated with the constraint in the constraint definition dialog box. Insert constraint, just you can choose this one, constraint and constraint. The constraint definition box opens. In this, you can clear the checkbox, that is length and horizontal. Otherwise, I want only length. Just you can choose length. If you want only horizontal constraint, you can choose horizontal and click OK button. By using this definition box, you can clear in the checkbox for removing the constraints in by using this constraint definition dialog box. For example, if the checkbox containing length constraint is cleared, then the length constraint is removed. Then the length constraint applied on the line is removed, denoted by the focus on the length checkbox. Okay, already explained. This is the brief discussion about okay, how to apply and how to remove the constraints in the CATIA V5 software. I hope this is very clear to everyone. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.